Hi guys, how's it going? Out here with Big Money Theory. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. Today was a rough market. S&P 500, Nasdaq and Dow Jones pushed the market down in the late afternoon. So a lot of penny stocks actually went through the correction. For the first part of the video, I would like to talk to you about how the penny stocks I recommended yesterday performed. And at the end of the video, I'm going to mention 3 more stocks you should keep an eye on. But before I dive in, I would ask you to leave a like, drop a comment, consider subscribing. This will help to grow the channel and spread my knowledge. And now let's dive into the video. So the first stock I want to talk to you about is HCMC. They actually performed pretty well. They went up 16%. At one point of time, they went up 30%, and then they had a correction. And after the correction, they lost about 20%. So again, people took their profits. As I mentioned in the last video, more and more people noticed this company. So I think they're going to continue growing. Next 2 companies was Medical Marijuana Inc., ticker MJNA, and HITIF, ticker HITF. So with ticker MJNA, as I mentioned yesterday, we are either looking at 10x company or they're going to have a major correction soon. So soon apparently was today. These guys went up 25% at the beginning of the trading day, but then they lost 50% afterwards. So they went through a major correction already. And I think now might be a good entry point because this company still have good potential to grow. Same thing happened with HITIF. These guys started the day into the negative. They went down at 1.14%. Then they corrected and ended up market minus 12% comparing to the last day. But they actually, if you compare it to the trading throughout the day, they went up 4%. So I think they are consolidating right now. You can see on the last 5 days, they were kind of trading sideways. But if you look at the 1 month chart, you can see that they had their up, they had a correction, then they went up again. So I think they might continue having a correction tomorrow, but most likely next week, they're going to perform much better. Now, next company was MMEX Resources Corp, ticker MMEX. Those guys are oil and gas company. As I mentioned yesterday, they're going to hit the new heights, which they did. They went up 23% in the beginning of the day, but then Nasdaq and S&P 500 and whatnot, the market started pushing down. So we saw the correction. They went down 34%, and after that, they were trading sideways. I think this is still a great company, and now might be a good entry point into this company. Next company was Artificial Intelligence Technology Solution, ticker AITX. These guys went down 15% at the beginning of the market, then they kind of corrected, went down again, and eventually they ended up the day going sideways. Again, I still believe in this company. They had a correction as I thought they would. Nothing fundamentally changed to the company. We're pretty much going through like a small correction which started yesterday and continued throughout today. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be the last day of that correction and we're going to see growth on Monday. Still believe in this company. Next company, Neovasc Inc., ticker NVCN. These guys, despite the kind of reddish market for the penny stocks, actually went up 1%, which is great. And after the market closed, they went up another 6.44%. This company has a product that treats mitral valve disease. So it seems like a lot of companies that are in the medicine right now, in the bioscience or CRISPR or whatnot, these stocks seem to be doing very well, and we can see again on this example that nothing can stop these companies at this moment. I still feel that this company has a great entry point at this particular moment, simply because they had a major correction that happened on Tuesday. They went down 33%. So it seems like a lot of those penny stocks had a major correction on this week or going through a major correction at this particular moment. So again, beginning of next week, I think a lot of those penny stocks might go even higher. Next company was American Lithium Minerals. Yesterday I said that they had a major correction, which they did 20%, but then they kind of tried to go slowly upward, and by the closing of the market, you could see that the performance was going up. Today, again, the market was not the greatest. They had another correction. They went down 8.29%. But you can see at the end of the market, we can make an imaginary line going kind of up. So these guys are trying to push up, but the market is just not in their favor right now. I think either tomorrow or beginning of next week, they're going to perform much better. Next company, Interscope Hearing Technologies, ticker INND. Again, I mentioned that they did a correction. They had a correction of 34%. But again, in the yesterday's video, I mentioned that in the after hours, they went down 27%. So I predicted this red day yesterday, and this is exactly what happened. In the good news, they kind of trading sideways. Well, fairly sideways. They didn't do any major correction afterwards. So they only down kind of 8% throughout the day. Again, I think this company going to perform much better either tomorrow or beginning of next week. And the last company I mentioned was DMTK Inc. They actually created a new ways of discovering if you have skin cancer. So instead of going to your doctor and then doctor sends you to the dermatologist, and then the dermatologist most likely going to do biopsy and then cut that mole out of you and then send it to the lab, and then they're going to look at it, blah blah blah. It takes forever. This guy is going to send you stickers, put the sticker, fill it off, send it to them through FedEx or UPS, and they're going to do all necessary things at their lab to tell you what's going on. Do you need to be worried or not? So these guys are actually doing this entire thing, checking your mole thing, much faster. You don't need to cut anything out. You just put a sticker, send it, and that's it. I still have really high hopes for this company. They've been going on a nice run, 80% off, 80% within 1 month. I think they just have a bright future. I think more and more people are going to be talking about this company, and more people are going to be investing, because this is a legit company. It's not a penny stock. It's 1.6 billion market cap company with great technology, and I think they're going to have more and more clients. I really think this company is going to go up much higher. Now let's jump into today's stocks, but before we do that, I would ask you to leave a like, drop a comment, consider subscribing if you liked what you heard. There's also a link in the description to the Patreon, where I post daily what I buy and sell, and if you feel like you want to support the channel directly, consider subscribing. Now about today's stocks. First stock is Healthcare Choice Management Corp, HCMC. Same company I discussed at the beginning of this video. They don't particularly have any great news or bad news. They don't really have any news. But what's important about this company is they finally getting noticed by more and more traders. Now, they used to be, when I covered the stock first time, they did cost 0.0008 cents. They pretty much 500x, 600x since I covered the stock first time, which I consider a good run. Now, because they increased the market cap significantly since that time, and the stock costs 10 times more, there's still going to be a lot of volatility for this stock. But instead of going 50%, 100% a day, going down another 50%, up 40%. Now I think the volatility is going to slow down, so we're going to still see 50% or 30-40% days, but it's not going to be that crazy of the ride. Now, because more and more people know about this company, I think it's going to continue going up. It's probably going to go up, corrected, go up, correct, go up, correct, but altogether we're going to see a positive trend for this company. Next company we're going to be talking about is Bio-Nanogenomics, BNGO. So these guys had a great run for the past 6 months. You can see, not even 6 months, but 2 months, we can see they went up 2,200%, which is great. One hell of a run. For the good news, they just came up with the new research, so that's pretty big news for them. Bio-Nanogenomics announced the publication of the method for using optical genome mapping, OGM, to identify structural variants that drive cancer in a wide variety of solid tumor samples. So using their machine called Sapphire, now they can identify structural variants of cancer, and that is huge. So now their machine is going to be used more and more in the hospitals, and I think that's going to drive the price of the stocks even higher. We can already see that after this news came out, we had 3% trading up throughout the day and another 2% after hours. So I think this guy's going to go up significantly. Also, if we look at the stock tweets, we can see that a lot of people are talking about this company. We had 82,000 people following, and if you look for it, all of those posts are bullish. People are really excited about seeing this company. Now, the last stock I'm going to be talking about today is CCIV, Churchill Capital Corp. Those guys went down today, and if you look at the 5-day trend, they actually had a peak on Friday, February 5th, and since then they lost about 10%, which is not very nice, but even though they lost 10%, they had a hell of a run before. They went up 145%. Now, the most exciting thing for me is after hours, they went up 12.86%, and that came on the news that they actually going to be merging with Lucid Air. It's not set in stone, it's only rumors, but those rumors are getting louder and louder, and there's actually a possibility that going to be signing the paperwork with Lucid Air sometimes next week or maybe even this week. If that is to happen, the stock going to shoot up crazy. So I have a position in this company. I actually have option calls. By the way, if you want to know about the option calls I do, consider subscribing to my Patreon. You're going to get access to the Discord where I mention all the options I do. I'm really excited for this company. I think they're going to have some great news probably within the next couple of weeks, and we're going to see people just pumping money into the company, in my opinion, simply because on the weight of the good news. Because if that is to happen, everybody who's putting money in there right now going to get even more money. And that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. If you like what you heard, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, or dropping a comment. That will help to grow the channel and help me share my knowledge with you guys. Once again, thank you so much for your time, and have a great trading week.